Amidst the dust and cheers of the crowd, a small figure steps into the wrestling ring. Her name is Gang Namsoon, a petite but fierce child with determination in her eyes. The vast Mongolian plains may be known for their daunting wrestlers, but today they are about to witness an unusual spectacle. The crowd, a vibrant mix of locals and tourists, watches with amusement. Their laughter rings out across the plains, echoing the disbelief in their eyes. A child in the wrestling ring? It's a sight that brings humor to many faces. But little do they know, they're about to witness a display of strength that will shatter their expectations. Namsoon, with her heart pounding, stands across from her first opponent, a burly wrestler with years of experience. The spectators' laughter grows louder, but she doesn't falter. Instead, she squares her shoulders, her gaze steady. The match begins, and in a blink she flips the wrestler over her shoulder with a strength that belies her size. The laughter dies down, replaced by gasps of disbelief. One by one, she challenges the wrestlers. Each match ends the same way, with her opponent on the ground and Namsoon standing victorious. It's a sight that leaves the spectators in awe. The small child, who they had initially laughed at, now stands as the undefeated champion of the wrestling ring. The crowd's laughter is replaced by cheers. The name Gang Namsoon echoes across the plains, carried by the wind. The little girl who stepped into the wrestling ring with determination in her eyes has now left a mark in the world of Mongolian wrestling. She may be small, but her strength is immense, her spirit indomitable. The crowd is stunned as the little girl stands victorious in the wrestling ring. She looks around, her eyes shining with pride and determination. The wrestling ring, once a source of amusement, is now a symbol of her strength. And this, my friends, is just the beginning of Gang Namsoon's extraordinary journey. In a small, cozy house in Korea, a man is deep in thought. This man is Bongo, the real father of our little Mongolian wrestling champion, Gang Namsoon. His eyes are filled with concern, a reflection of the paternal love he harbors for a daughter thousands of miles away. In the comfort of his home, he shares his worries with a close friend. Namsoon, she's in Mongolia, you know. His voice wavers slightly, a subtle indication of the underlying fear he tries to hide. She's just a child, yet she possesses this extraordinary strength, just like her mother. His words hang in the air, painting a picture of a young girl in a far-off land, bearing the legacy of her mother's remarkable power. As Bongo reminisces, we are taken back in time to a simpler, happier period. A flashback reveals a younger Bongo, a man in love, and his wife, Hwang Gyum-ju, on their wedding night. The memory is vivid and almost tangible. The joy, the laughter, the surprise, when Gyum-ju, in a display of her surprising strength, lifts their entire bed off the ground. "Ah, I still remember our first night," Bongo continues, a hint of nostalgia in his voice. "She lifted the whole bed, can you believe it?" His laughter echoes through the room, a bittersweet soundtrack to his fond memory. Yet within that laughter there is a sense of longing, a yearning for days gone by and for the daughter who carries on her mother's legacy in a distant land. In the silence that follows, his smile gradually fades, replaced by the furrowed brow of a concerned father. His mind is filled with thoughts of Namsoon, her safety and her incredible strength. The same strength that once brought him joy now fuels his worry. With a sigh, Bongo leans back, hoping his daughter is safe. His eyes, lost in thought, are a testament to a father's love, a love that transcends boundaries, echoing across the vast steppe of Mongolia, reaching out to a strong little girl named Gang Namsoon. In the heart of Mongolia, an adult Namsoon sits with her guardian father. A sense of gravity hangs in the air as Namsoon discloses her decision, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. "I need to find my real parents in Korea," she declares. There's a pause, a moment of silence where the world seems to hold its breath. Her guardian father, a pillar of wisdom and strength, nods in understanding, his words echoing the weight of her decision. "It's time you knew your roots," he concedes. The words hang in the air, a testament to the journey that lies ahead. A journey of discovery, a journey to connect with her past and embrace her future, a journey to find her true identity amidst the bustling streets and neon lights of Korea. With a determined look, Namsoon prepares for her journey to Korea. Back in Korea, a weightlifting competition is underway. The atmosphere is electric. An air of anticipation settles over the crowd. The stage is set for a dazzling display of strength and skill. Among the competitors, one stands out. A young woman, a stranger to many, steps forward. She's not the biggest or the most muscular, but there's something about her that catches the eye. She's here to show the world what she's made of, but there's more to her story than just strength and determination. She's a scammer, a wolf in sheep's clothing. She's here not for the glory of the competition, but for something much more personal. She's pretending to be Gang Namsoon, a girl lost to her family years ago, a girl with a strength that defies belief. The crowd watches as she steps up to the weights. They're massive, intimidating even the most seasoned competitors. But this girl, this imposter, she doesn't flinch. She approaches the weights with a confidence that's almost unsettling. She bends, grips, and lifts. The weights rise, and so do the cheers from the crowd. And among the spectators, there are two who watch with a mixture of pride and disbelief. Bongo and Hwang Gum-ju, the parents of the real Gang Namsoon, watch as this stranger lifts weights that should be impossible for her. They're awed, they're hopeful, and they're heartbroken. They want to believe, need to believe, that this is their daughter. The scammer finishes her performance. The crowd erupts into applause. She's won them over, but more importantly, she's won over Bongo and Hwang Gum-ju. They rush to her, tears in their eyes, hearts full of hope. Believing the scammer to be their daughter, they welcome her home with open arms. They're overjoyed, but the truth is still out there, waiting to be discovered. The real Gang Namsoon is still out there, and her story is just beginning. High above the clouds, a plane carrying Namsoon is in trouble. The serene blue of the sky is interrupted by the roar of the engines as the aircraft lurches, caught in the clutches of a hijacking gone wrong. Inside, chaos ensues as terrified passengers clutch their armrests, their faces painted with fear. Amidst the pandemonium, Namsoon remains calm. Her eyes, as deep and tranquil as a Mongolian lake, hold a flicker of determination. She understands the gravity of the situation and the lives hanging in the balance. With the strength inherited from her mother, she rises from her seat, an island of calm in a sea of panic. In the cockpit, the hijackers wrestle with the controls, their faces etched with desperation. They're in over their heads, the plane spiraling out of control. The ground below rushes up to meet them, a terrifying promise of a deadly crash. But Namsoon has other plans. She makes her way to the door, the plane shaking violently around her. With one swift movement, she opens the door and leaps out into the open sky, her body a silhouette against the blinding sunlight. The wind howls around her as she descends, her focus unwavering. With a strength that defies belief, she reaches out to the plummeting plane, her hands grasping the undercarriage. Her muscles strain, her face contorts with effort, but she does not falter. She pulls, her strength pitted against the force of gravity. Slowly, agonizingly, the plane begins to stabilize. The ground retreats, the deadly crash averted. Inside the plane, the passengers gasp in relief, their faces filled with awe and disbelief. They've been saved by a mystery, a woman of incredible strength. As the plane stabilizes, a man in an office watches the news, intrigued by the mysterious girl. The chaos of the hijacking unfolds on the screen before him, the woman's strength and courage captivating him. He leans back in his chair, his mind whirling with questions. Who is this girl? And what role will she play in the drama yet to unfold? In the sleek office of Dugo Company, the CEO watches the news of the failed hijacking. The wheels of intrigue are set in motion as Ryu Shio, the enigmatic and powerful villain of our tale, is captivated by the extraordinary incident unfolding on his screen. A plane on the verge of disaster, miraculously saved in the nick of time, and all thanks to a mystery girl of unparalleled strength. His eyes, cold and calculating, gleam with a spark of curiosity as he watches the news replay of the girl leaping from the plane. The impossible feat of strength that averted catastrophe. A girl of such strength and audacity is a rarity, a conundrum that piques his interest. As the CEO of Dugo Company, he's met all sorts of people, but this girl, she's different. As the news fades out, Ryu Shio murmurs to himself, "Who is this girl?" A question that will undoubtedly set the stage for the drama to unfold in our upcoming episodes. Stay tuned.